When we picture the Middle Ages, we imagine knights, kings, and castles, but behind those stone walls, life was far stranger than we think. Love and lust were tangled up with superstition, strict religion, and a hefty dose of weirdness. Medicine, magic, and morality blurred together, dictating who you could love and how. A misplaced herb could mean witchcraft. A wedding night could become a public event. Today we're unlocking those private chambers to explore the most bizarre sexual customs of the Middle Ages. Some will make you laugh, others will make you cringe, and all will make you grateful for modern privacy. For medieval nobility, marriage was a business deal, and a bride's virginity was the guarantee. This led to invasive, unscientific virginity tests, physical exams by matrons, not doctors, searching for the so-called tokens of virginity. The hymen was misunderstood, and tests ranged from examining urine to making a woman stand over smoking herbs to see if she sneezed. None of it was reliable, but a woman's future depended on passing. Failing meant disgrace, ruined prospects, or exile to a convent. Desperation fueled a black market of tricks, herbal astringents, potions, even pouches of animal blood to fake proof on the wedding night. Society demanded impossible purity, yet quietly enabled deception. The truth mattered less than the performance. One misstep could destroy a life. These customs reveal a world obsessed with control, where women's bodies were commodities and anxiety ruled the private sphere. Virginity tests weren't about love, they were about power, reputation, and survival. The contradiction was clear: impossible standards and a system built to cheat them. In the end, it was a dangerous game, with women paying the price. The legacy? A cautionary tale about the cost of policing bodies, and a reminder of how far we've come. Imagine being in love, but your only chance to share a bed is with a wooden board between you. This was bundling, a medieval solution to strict morality and zero privacy. Couples, especially in Wales and the Netherlands, would lie together, separated by a plank or sewn into sacks to talk and stay warm without sin. Homes were cramped, heating was scarce, and privacy was a luxury. Bundling was practical, but human nature found loopholes, boards moved, sacks unstitched, and pregnancies happened. If a bundling session led to pregnancy, marriage was expected. Bundling became a kind of unofficial engagement. The practice tried to enforce chastity but often just sped up weddings. As society modernized, bundling faded, seen as old-fashioned and morally dubious. For a time though, it was a widespread compromise. Desire, devotion, and the need to stay warm, all in one strange tradition. It's a reminder that even the strictest rules can't outwit human ingenuity. Bundling was both a barrier and a bridge, keeping lovers apart, but also bringing them together. In the end, it was less about preventing love, and more about managing it. The medieval world was nothing if not creative and sometimes a little absurd, but always deeply human. In the Middle Ages, love, medicine, and magic were inseparable, and so was the search for aphrodisiacs. Recipes ranged from the dangerous, like Spanish fly, a toxic beetle, to the bizarre, such as wolf liver or goat testicles, all believed to boost passion. Root vegetables, oysters, and exotic spices were also prized, their effects more imagined than real. The church condemned love potions as witchcraft, but demand thrived. People wanted control over love and desire. Cunning folk and apothecaries sold secret recipes, blending folklore with placebo. Some ingredients, like warming spices, had mild effects, but belief was the real magic. The aphrodisiac trade was a mix of hope, desperation, and superstition. It offered a sense of agency in a world where love was unpredictable and marriages often arranged. The line between remedy and ritual was thin, sometimes deadly, yet the trade flourished, whispered about in markets and behind closed doors. The real power wasn't in the potion, but in the belief that love could be conjured. In the end, the medieval aphrodisiac was less about chemistry and more about faith, a testament to the lengths people will go for love and a reminder sometimes the placebo is the point. In matters of the heart, hope is the strongest ingredient. Forget privacy. Medieval noble couples faced the public bedding ceremony. After the wedding feast, guests, nobles, and clergy would parade the couple to their bedchamber, undress them, and offer bawdy advice. The priest blessed the bed, hoping for fertility and protection from evil. Curtains drawn, the couple was finally left alone, but sometimes witnesses lingered outside, listening for proof of consummation. Why the spectacle? For the elite, marriage was a political contract. Consummation sealed alliances and secured heirs. Public bedding was legal proof the union was real. vital in a world of fragile dynasties. The couple's comfort didn't matter, the stakes were national. For many, it was a stressful, awkward ordeal, especially for young couples who barely knew each other. Over time, the custom faded, replaced by a growing value on privacy. But for centuries, a couple's most intimate moment was a public affair. The line between personal and political was drawn right across the marriage bed. It's a stark reminder of how public and pressured love could be. Today we might cringe, but for them, it was just another duty. In the medieval world, even love was a matter of state. The chastity belt, an iron device locked around women to prevent infidelity, is one of the most enduring medieval myths. But the truth? There's no real evidence they were used in the Middle Ages. No credible records, no archaeological finds, just later forgeries and Victorian fantasies. The idea began as a satirical joke, not a real tool of control. Real belts would have caused infections and were medically impossible to wear for long. The myth exploded in the Renaissance and Victorian eras, reflecting more about their anxieties than medieval reality. Some 19th century anti-masturbation devices resembled chastity belts, but these were products of a different era and purpose. The iron cage was a fantasy. The real cages were social: rules, shame, and surveillance. The myth persists because it's a powerful symbol of imagined medieval brutality. But it tells us more about later generations' fears than about the Middle Ages themselves. The real story? Control was psychological, not mechanical. The chastity belt is a legend, one that reveals our own fascination with the past. Sometimes the scariest stories are the ones we invent. The medieval church didn't just rule the soul, it ruled the bedroom. Sex was allowed only in marriage for procreation, and on a shrinking list of permitted days. Sundays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Lent, Advent, Saints' days, most of the year was off-limits. Add bans during menstruation, pregnancy, and after childbirth, and couples were forbidden for over half the year. Only the missionary position was acceptable, anything else was sinful. Priests used penitentials to grill parishioners and assign penance for bedroom sins. Did people obey? Not really. Confession and forgiveness became a cycle. The rules reveal a society torn between religious ideals and human nature. The church aimed for control, but people found ways to bend or break the rules. Life was messier than doctrine allowed. These restrictions shaped private life but couldn't suppress desire. The result? A world of guilt, secrecy, and creative workarounds. Even in the Middle Ages, love found a way. In a world of uncertainty, medieval people turned to magic to influence love. Love spells used dolls, personal items, and symbolic rituals, hoping to win affection or keep a partner faithful. Ingredients ranged from hair and herbs to apples inscribed with secret words. Magic wasn't just for attraction. Curses like not magic aimed to cause impotence or heartbreak. The church condemned love magic as demonic, and accusations could lead to witchcraft trials. Still, people risked it, especially women who found in magic a rare form of agency. Love magic was empowerment in a patriarchal world, a secret tool for those with little official power. These practices reveal a hidden side of medieval life, one of hope, desperation, and whispered secrets. Magic was a way to fight back against fate, to claim a little control over the heart. Whether for love or revenge, spells were part of the emotional landscape. In the end, love magic was as much about belief as about results. From public betting to magical love charms, the medieval world was creative, superstitious, and sometimes disturbing in its approach to love and sex. These customs were shaped by their time, by politics, religion, and survival. They show us people not so different from ourselves, just with stranger tools and rules. We laugh or cringe at their customs, but in centuries to come, our own might seem just as bizarre. History always changes our perspective. Maybe we're the weird ones after all. Thanks for watching.